Thank you for tuning in to Rock Rage Radio. We're about to get started with Osment'S Artist Interview, brought to you by Rock Rage Radio and Osment Entertainment. So check out these bands that we've had in the past and give them a thumb and a like. And don't forget to visit Rock Rage Radio and Osment Entertainment on social media. Check them out and give them a thumb and a like as well.
I saw her standing there under the lovely moonlight light. I knew she would be the one. I knew she'd be my bride. Because she's my eyes. And I both know me, they could never stop my insatiable love for thee. I come from my father, never be that far from you. My love so truly real, burning every inch of you. But before you quit, you'll realize I'm blue. That you are my eyes. And I am your world. Your love was a trial, they will always singing, they will talk about the keeping your favor is the task alone. I feel working at night to keep the demon far from you, and I just speak so sound, sweet dreams I pray you for me. Through your soul, you're saving me. Wow, for laying everything to me. We come to love you and the next is you. Because she's my eyes. And I am her. I saw her standing there under the lovely moonlight light. I knew she would be the one. I knew she'd be my bride. I took her by her hand. I led her far from her treacheries. She knew I was her one. She saw her champion. Because she's my eyes. And I am her will. This is our church. We're to love her will. This is our church. We're to love her
Daylight, giving way to twilight. You're standing on my baseline. I'm bleeding on myself. Hang tight, you're stealing all my sunshine. such a lifeline. You're playing with your health. Move forward in your life without me. I'm far away from here. Get fucked for all I care. Ignore me. I'm far away from here. Looking back alone, happy as can be. That little nothing, that little piece of shit I scrape off from the bottom of my soul, and now I'm free, not self-destructing, no longer trapped inside a prison that was tearing my whole world apart, and I can visualize, not paralyzed. Straight line, walking through the end times. You're fucking with my sunshine. We're living in this hell. Move forward in your line without me. I'm far away from here. Get fucked for all I care. Ignore me. I'm far away from here. Looking back alone, happy as can be. That little nothing, that little piece of shit I scrape off from the bottom of my soul, and now I'm free, not self-destructing, no longer trapped inside a prison that was tearing my whole world apart, and I can visualize, not paralyzed. That little nothing, that little piece of shit I scrape off from the bottom of my soul. Won't you be that little nothing, that little piece of shit I scrape off from the bottom of my soul, and now I'm free, not self-destructing, no longer trapped inside a prison that was tearing my whole world apart, and I can visualize, not paralyzed.
Don't forget to check out these vamps. Share the love.
Get wounds, man, they never heal right. Been shaking and won't numb the pain. That's all you'll hear in your brain. Will it all be okay if you fall back in limbo? I watch the waves, they take you in as I pour away the walls broken. I hate to relate to all your sin, so I won't be afraid of my nightmares again. You took all those years away to feed off the ones at night. As you sit all alone with your fears, now you lay in a cell with your tears. Will it all be okay if you fall back in limbo? I watch the waves, they take you in as I pour away the walls broken. I hate to relate
Good morning. How are you?
Good morning.
Let me
How's it
turn you
going?
up a little bit. There we go. Now I can hear you.
I haven't seen that video or heard that song in quite some time. Got me kind of excited.
That guitar solo is sick as hell.
Thank you.
Is very nice. I love that. Why don't you kind of explain what that was?
So Wicked Serenity is made up of four guys that ultimately love writing music. We all come from an original background of some sort to some degree.
Right.
Um, the drummer in that video, Joe, is no longer in Wicked Serenity or Signs of Sacrifice, but at the time he was. And Ben, Ben's a riff writing machine. Um, I love to write too. We have a ton of material tucked away, probably 30, 40 songs that are incomplete in the works. Just kind of trying to find that magic touch to put them all together. But Ben brought that one to us, vocals, drum tracks, riffs, everything. And we were just like, dude, we got to stop everything we're doing right now and put bass on this and lead parts and get this thing in the studio and drop it just to show that, this is what we really like to do. Obviously, we love what we do with the tribute stuff, but um, it was just one of those things where we had to jump into it. And, once Joe left the band, we had to kind of start over with Nick, who's now the drummer of Wicked Serenity. So we're 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 kind of picking up steam and momentum to get back into the writing side. We still write with Joe, he just didn't really want to do the tribute thing anymore. But hopefully, a lot more to come with that. We dropped it and it never really got the light of day that it deserved. I'm really proud of the song. We all are. Thomas Crane, Kill Devil Films, shot the video, and hopefully again we can pick it up, real soon and drop some more of the stuff we're working on.
I love the fact that you actually did original because the theme around town is that tributes do not like originals or do originals, which is a very understatement. I like to think myself. So I know you kind of wanted to touch base on that subject. Ben said this one does.
There he is. What's up, buddy? The riff writing machine himself in the flesh. Well.
Good morning, Brad.
This just made the interview 10 times better that he's showing up and he's already dropping some fucking words on us right now. Can I say fuck? Can we cuss?
You can say whatever you want. It's my show.
Explicit broadcasting.
Beep.
on air with a couple of F-bombs. No problem.
I'll try to keep up with my beeping skills. Recovery.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, we'll try. There's going to be a lot of them.
Did you have a wild night last night, Brad? Recovering. I know I have a couple of those sometimes with you big rock stars. You invite me out and then I don't even. Oh man, I woke up right at 7:45 and I'm like, oh crap, Brad's gonna kill me.
I would have patiently waited. We would have gotten this done one way or another. It's Sunday. What else are we gonna do? I'm hoping that the weather's decent today because I would really like to go to the beach before it starts getting unbearably hot. In the state that we're in.
Mesa, it's cloudy today, right?
It becomes like suffocating. It is cloudy. That's why I said I'm hoping to go to the beach. The sun's not out. I'm staying home all day.
I mean, technically it's out. It's just, have you ever been to the beach on a cloudy day and got sunburned?
Maybe.
I have.
I've lived here my whole life, so there's been many trips to the beach, and some I remember, some I don't. So probably.
I'm the same. I kind of moved to PA for like a quick minute, but then returned very fastly.
Where at in Pennsylvania?
Jamestown, so it's like close to like Andover, Ohio, and Greenville, PA. It's like Amish country, so it's Greenville is probably about an hour from us, about 45 minutes to an hour, and they're the only ones with a Walmart. We have like one traffic light, one cop, It's very very country there. So, oh, your volume. I don't know.
The Coast Guard. I asked you about Pennsylvania because all of my dad's side of my family's in the Pittsburgh area,
Right.
Cannonsburg, Houston. But my dad was in the Coast Guard when I was born, so he was stationed in St. Pete. So I was born here. We moved to Massachusetts when I was 2, Cape Cod, moved back when I was 6, been here ever since.
My stepdad lived in downtown Pittsburgh and liked to frequent the Moose. So my summers were in downtown PA and my winters were in Florida, Polk County. My skin is clear. It could be dark out and I still get burnt. Listen, I am pure Irish. So if the clouds are out, it doesn't matter. Freckles start coming out and I get like a little.
I've gotten bent out in the sun for like, I think it might have been a Sunday fun day. It might have been Saturday. I don't remember, but we took our kids to a water park one day, and Ben's probably going to start commenting on the shit show that was created of the rum runners that continuously kept coming to us. And yeah, that was a fun day. But yeah, Ben's a pale Ohio man.
He said he's a day walker.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cute. Do you have your ring and everything? No, I'm just kidding.
Ben misses the cold. He just told me the other day, he's like, actually during the wintertime, he'll send pictures of snow, like ridiculous snow. So he'll be like, I fucking miss this shit. And we're like, what?
I love snowstorms. I mean, I'm with him. I don't know. I'm emo too. So ask Brad if he can show you his keys.
I don't understand what's happening right now.
Show you his keys?
My keys? What keys, bro?
Well, while we're waiting on the key subject, I kind of want to touch base on just the whole tribute aspect. So why did you choose the one that you did, and why Godsmack? Why?
This is a fun story. I don't think that we've ever really broke it down on any kind of interview platform or, a conversation that's broadcasted. So starting from the beginning, I was in a band called Crush Tone that had just fallen apart. And this was back in 2019. And I want to say Crush Tone ended in July. And I was in that band with a dude named Jay Diesel. And once that band split, I was kind of exhausted by like things not working out, because I've always just done original stuff. I was in like one cover band, but it's always been original music. I've been playing out in the Tampa area since about 2009. So I'm at home one day. I've been off not doing anything musically for about a month or two. This dude calls me and tells me that he just moved back to Florida and he wants to start a Godsmack tribute. And I guess a few people around town gave him my info and said that I would be a good fit for the guitar role.
Right.
This dude, he was very confident. He sold me. He's, dude, I sound just like Sully. I know all the lyrics. Like, this is perfect. It's going to be great. Nobody else should front this band but me, and it's my idea, and we're going to do it. So I chatted for him for a little bit. Then he told me he had Brad Secor on the bass lined up, and he had Jay lined up on the drums. So I was like, all right. I was like, well, let me give you a call back. Let me think about it. I started thinking about the idea of a Godsmack tribute, and with time continuing to pass, the tributes from the 70s and the 80s it's getting redundant. A lot of them are getting pigeonholed because how many Journey tributes exist out there? Guns N' Roses tributes, and it's all good stuff. People still enjoy it. They're still booked at some of the highest dollar amounts when it comes to 70s and 80s tributes. But
Right.
Godsmack and all these like newer era 2000 bass bands are starting to become pretty classic. Godsmack started in 95. So if you break down how long ago that was, they definitely are in the realms of tribute bands making sense. So I called Brad, I called Jay. We decided we wanted to do it, and we were going to go in and see how this worked out. So we learned 10 songs, went in. The dude just was not up to par. And we tried to work with them. I would say we went in about 2 or 3 times to rehearse, and it just wasn't working out. So we told him, we said, "Hey, man, during the holidays, between like October, December, we told him do a little bit of, kind of get it together, right? Let's get
Right.
back in here. Let's try it again after the holidays and see what happens."
Right.
So we came back in with him, and we really tried, man. We really did, but he didn't have it, and we knew that it just wasn't going to work. So we kind of told him, like, "Hey, man, this just isn't happening, right?"
Right.
Well, we were pretty invested at that time, and the idea itself, it was intriguing to us. It was attractive. So we said, "Hey, let's give this a shot," because Sikora and I had talked for a couple of years on and off. Every time we'd see each other in a bar, we'd be like, "Hey, let's do this tribute." We wanted to do an Alice in Chains acoustic tribute, like they did on MTV back in the day, and we'd run into each other drunk, we'd talk about it, and then we'd never follow up on it. So it was kind of funny how this came together. So we wrote it out. We got a guy named Gary. We held auditions. We hired this guy Gary Cook. Still in touch with Gary. Great guy, great voice. He was a good fit. Probably like right after we hired Gary, then that's when we went to social media and we put it out that we were doing this project.
Right.
Then messaged me probably a couple days after we announced the project, and he's like, "Dude, why didn't you tell me you were doing this Godsmack tribute? I would have been all over that." And him and I were going to do a project. He was actually going to take over vocals in Together in Exile some months before this all happened. So as soon as he messaged me, I was like, fuck. Super bummed out, because I knew he's a bad motherfucker, I knew that he would have been great for the role. And Gary messaged us like 2 weeks later and said, "Hey, man, I got to move back to Portland," or I think he was from Portland. "I got to move back home."
Right.
And Jay and Brad were just like, "Fuck," And Jay's like, "I'm done. I'm not trying anymore." I was like, "Let me make a phone call." Called Ben. I was like, "We got 10 songs. If you want to come in, give this a shot." He's like, "Absolutely." Came in a week later, knew most of it, absolutely destroyed it. It was just me, him, and Jay. Made it official, and we were on stage within a month. So if you line up the timeline here, COVID hit in March of 2020, right around the time that things were starting to come together, right before Ben joined. So we were faced with dilemma and challenge like no other. But we scheduled this show. The venue told us 24 hours before the show that they were shutting down the entire city in St. Pete, and that we had to cancel.
Right.
So I luckily found another venue, and we went out and we did our thing. And that was June 2020, and we've been growing, building, and crushing ever since. And it's been a hell of a ride, and it's really opened my eyes up to the fact that getting into the right angle of a tribute band, picking something that is unique and has a lot of room for opportunity, a lot of people aren't doing it, is a really great way to utilize a platform to help accomplish other things you want to do in music. Like that song that we just played, we had a solid following out of the gate because of Wicked Serenity. So that's kind of the gist of it all. It's a fun story to tell.
So I seen you guys out at that bike. Was it the bike fest thing in Sugar
Daytona?
Yes. So Yes. So I see you guys out there. I went out there with a buddy of mine, Dave Webble. He is business partners with a couple of people that I know, including Rock Rage Radio. So we went out there, and it's kind of awkward to go with him anywhere because he's VIP. You know what I mean? Like he's like one of the big fish. You know what I mean?
What's his name?
So like, Dave Webble. He's like a secret big fish. So, but like walking in with him, the energy transfer from being Osment on, a street to being, Osment with Dave standing next to me, that energy exchange was very serious. So, how do you deal with the energy exchange, like from your shows to like going back to work on Monday? Or is this something that you do full time?
That's such an interesting question for this time in my life, and for for all the members of this band. So we created a business when things started to, you know, become clear that we had something good going here, right?
Right.
So, you know, since we started Tribute Brands LLC in 2021, January 2021, and we put some goals in place kind of sporadically, but we're getting to that point where it is weird. Like it's hard to explain. At first, it took a lot of getting used to, because we all have families. You know, Ben and I have kids. Um, and it wasn't like a priority thing in the lifestyle and the family life agenda. But
Right.
as we continued to grow and this thing got more serious, everybody started to put what we needed as far as time and what our schedule was as more of like a, hey, it is what it is. This thing's rolling. The train just got stronger and stronger. So right now we're trying to get ourselves in a point where the 9 to 5 doesn't really exist in our life. Um, it's hard. It's a tough transition, but
It,
we have some really cool things in place. We're starting a marketing and media company under Tribute Brands, and you know, we're hoping that it's going to continue to get to the point where we can just strictly focus on everything music related that we're doing with our business. So it's not just about playing, it's not just about the band, it's about everything else that we're strategically plotting to do with this business that we started.
right.
Um, so there's a lot of transition going on right now where we're trying to get to that point. But it is weird, you know, you go out and you play 6 shows in 9 days and you hit all these spots in Florida, then you end up in Bike Week, one of the biggest events in Florida. Perfect environment for what we do.
I mean,
And
your show was sick. I walked by and like okay, so your stage was right here and there was a walkway that went right past you. And I literally went right past you, snuck in, came, looked at you right up front, and I was like, man, I really like them. And then
we're at
walked
Full
back
Moon.
over to Dave. I'm sorry.
Was it Full Moon? Friday or
It,
Saturday?
it was. It was
Yeah.
Saturday. It was the full moon. Yeah.
Those were great shows. I mean, the energy out there is insane. I went to Bike Week for the first time like 7 years ago with my buddy Chris, which is who we stay with when we go out there. And kind of what you're talking about, like the company that you keep when you go out and just being there, it does something to your outlook on, you know, how big an event like that is and how many
Right.
people are involved in this and that, and kind of how small of a fish you are in this big pond when you get out where everybody's at one time.
Yeah.
We got really lucky getting into an event like Bike Week as early as we did, just after a couple of years of doing this. But it's really humbling, man. I mean, we want more of it, and we're hoping that we could play at events like that all over the country over time. But we're just enjoying what we're doing. You know, we're not taking ourselves too seriously. We're trying to put on a show that is obviously the tribute side of things, but we try to put our own spin on everything and keep it kind of original. We don't try to look like Godsmack. We go out and we play. We're who we are, and we just play their music. And I think it's really unique what we've put together as a tribute band, and we're enjoying every second of it. It's really cool. We're just trying to take it all in.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. The full moon does bring awkward energy too, by the way. So
We had to
and
stop and break a couple flights up. You know, got a little Friday night. It was pouring rain, so everybody was stuck in there. And
well,
at an event like Bike Week, people are watching badass bands for 10 days straight. So you got to bring it. You got to come with it. You know.
what do you say? We like the Iron Maidens a lot more iron.
A lot more iron. Iron.
Yeah, we stopped by and we saw it was Hardwired. We seen them for a little bit, and then we seen you guys. We walked over and oh my gosh, what is their name? The guy that sings, that plays the drums. They're gonna kill me.
Oh, you talking about Eric Freight, Super Hypersona?
Yes, Hypersona.
So Eric is a big part of the reason why we got into Bike Week and Leesburg Bike Fest last year and all that. We were in between agencies the beginning of 2021, and I talked to Eric one day, and the first time when I told you 7 years ago when I went to Bike Week, they were the first band I saw when I went out there. I was blown away by Eric. Eric Freight is one of the best musicians in Florida. Sweetest guy. He's played with Steven Tyler. He's just, I wanted to pick his brain and get close with him and learn from him, And he hooked us up with his dude that does all their booking. And that's how we got into these big festivals. So Eric is actually a big part of what helped Wicked Serenity get into that space as quickly as we did. So big love to Eric, man. I love that dude.
Yeah, Soulshine Events is a really big company that I work for that does a lot of tribute shows. He books over here at like the Ritz in Winter Haven, also at the Conduit in Orlando, and just a few other different venues. I think that tribute bands are awesome because you don't ever get to. I mean, Godsmack is not always in concert. You know what I mean? And so, but also having the good tribute. You guys are a great set of musicians. I mean, when I seen you on stage, it's not only the songs that you're singing of theirs too as well, but like your stage performance, your energy, the way you guys present yourself to everyone else, that is on fire. And then also your guitar skills are, well, a pretty badass, I'd have to say.
I'm all right. There's a lot of dudes. There's a lot of dudes out here that smoke me, and I'll never claim to be any better than I am. And one of the most talented people that I've ever worked with is definitely Ben, as far as his ability to play and sing, and just really getting into a close environment with your band members and having this brotherhood like never had before, and really understanding what a lead singer puts into a show while playing guitar, right? And then Brad is just a monster on the bass, and we're all just kind of in our pocket. Nick came in and he holds the groove. He's exactly what we kind of needed at the time when he came in. He's not part of the business side of anything, so he's a little bit more distant from the project at times. Brad, Ben, and I have a lot of skin in the game. We have a lot invested into this, but we just do what we do. We don't try to overcompensate or do too much, and it just works. There's a chemistry in this band and a camaraderie that all of us have agreed on many times that we've never really experienced before in anything else that we've done. So we complement each other on stage. I feel like we all make each of us sound a little bit better by just having the uniformity that we do. So it's great. And, when you're paying tribute to a national act, you got to perform like a national act. I've seen tribute bands that go up on stage, they don't move, they don't do shit, they just play the music, and it's like, that's just not going to really cut it. You're going to get gigs, you're going to get booked, but no one's ever going to leave like talking you up day and day after they've seen you, and given the kudos that you should go out and try and obtain from people that see your show. So
well, I think that it's a really good thing that you guys I really like the fact that you did an original, and to cover the basis, we are going to listen to the original again once we get off here. We've got just about 2 more minutes left. I'm sorry. I missed one. Miss Sandra said, love the energy of Wicked Serenity. Performance is very respectful. Tribute to Godsmack.
Thanks, Sandra. Appreciate that.
Sweet.
It's really cool. It's really cool to get all the positive feedback that we do, because, we invest a lot of time into this. We really do. We take it very seriously, but we don't expect anything. So all the support that we've gotten in this project has been really cool, man. I mean, we're really thankful and very humbled by all of it, and hoping that it continues to grow, So Sandra, comments like that keep us alive and keep us hungry. So thank you.
It's really cool that your energy mixes very well on stage. That's a very important thing, energy wise, and even brother wise. You know what I mean? Being on stage with people, to be able to learn and evolve with them is very important, and I'm glad that you guys have that. I do want to go ahead and wrap this up because we're running a little bit short in time. But if you guys ever need anything, let us know. Soulshine Events, they work a lot with tributes. Talk to Dave. Dave is a big that's Dave Webble, so a big guy with Soulshine Events. And then also John at Rock Rage Radio. He does have Curtain Call Records. So if you guys ever need anything on that end, they're really good people to talk to. Let them know Osment sent you over, and they'll get you right on a phone call. Any hoops?
Absolutely. Yeah, I would love to meet everybody and link up and create a network within everybody that you just mentioned, and see if we can make some cool shit happen. That's what it's all about.
Well, I definitely will send you over the links. I do want to thank you, Brad, for coming on with me. And
Thanks
Ben,
for the invite. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Ben, thank you for how about Wicked Serenity at the Conduit? If you can sell out a show, I'm sure that would be no problem. So look up Soulshine Events. They have, it's like a rock sign, like on fire. He's really good.
If we make a flyer and Ben's on the front of it with his shirt off flexing, we'll sell it out. There's no question about it.
Well, Ben, thank you for your shirtless pictures. Us women greatly appreciate it.
It's all about sex appeal, right?
Unfortunately, I'm not.
He's about it.
I'm not a big fan. Ben said done. Done. Unfortunately, yeah, I've got to go and take those pictures myself, and I'm not but sex does sell. So, Ben, rip it off, baby, rip it off.
Absolutely. He's saying no pants as well, so he's just clothes are just falling off and falling off.
Ben, calm down. It's okay. It's not Magic Mike right now.
That's why we always share hotel rooms together. We don't ask for 3 or 4 rooms, just 2, because things might get weird. I think that we've slept in the same bed maybe twice, and yeah, he's not a fan of clothes.
Oh, no homo. That's okay.
It's all brotherly love.
That is normally the men that only have brotherly love are, military men because they've done.
That would be Ben.
I'm just letting you know, there's no homo there. I've dated my share of veterans. Anywho,
they are very friendly.
Yes, I love it. I love it that a man. It's a Brad sandwich.
You get some whiskey in this guy, and things get really fun, really quick.
It's cool to be no homo and be literally completely comfortable in your sexuality, to be able to enjoy, other people like that. I mean, and it.
We're always traveling in close quarters, so we might as well get comfortable.
I mean, it's good to have friends like that, man. It's good to actually be able to connect with people on that level. So
we're blessed to have each other and to be doing this together, and I wouldn't change a thing about it. So just gonna keep it going, keep on rocking.
Hell yeah, man. Well, we are going to go and listen to Better again. So the name of this one it's Trendscent. Is that
Trendscent?
Yeah,
Trendscent,
okay.
Yep. And we kind of Frankenstein that. It's got some meaning behind it. It's kind of lengthy to explain it in full, so I won't get into it right now. But Trendscent is the name, and if anybody watching is curious about this project and wants to know more about it, feel free to hit us up on the Wicked Serenity page. We'd love to get it out and get some more attention on it, considering that we plan on putting more music out. So a lot of cool stuff going on 24/7. We're always working on something. Something's always happening.
Well, I normally do music hours on Saturday and Sunday. Brad took up my Sunday, so this is our music hour. We might stay on for another 30 minutes, and that's okay. That's okay. So what we'll do is we'll keep it on our playlist for Saturdays, Sundays. Sometimes I might be able to sneak you in during like a morning chat with another artist, just like I did with you. So what we do is we comment your name, and then that way when the song plays, and you kind of, know when I'm shouting you out over here. So I'll comment your name like we did the other ones. Let's see if I can.
Hopefully we'll have some more to send you soon. Ben just wrapped up some tracks on a new one. I mean, it's been in the works for quite some time. It's titled Dark is the name of the song, and hopefully that one will be out soon. So as we continue to do things, we'll send it your way.
Oh yeah, dude. I really appreciate it. And I'll get John's information over to you along with Dave's too as well. So we are going to go into the video of Better. So stay tuned.
Awesome.
All
See ya.
right. Bye, Brad.
Locked inside of the shadows of my mind, a cynical pit that I long buried away, ripping, scratching, tearing through my alibi, my eternity, my end. I live there, trying to justify all the pain that you see in my eyes. I've lost sight. I'm feeling cold. I love you to the burn. The things that I've been through left me bruised and burned. It's a scar that I made. I never said to the world that I hate. A kiss to death, the road of passion still away. Locked out in limbo, with the strings wrapped around my wrist, spit in my face, you abuse all my empathy. I live there, trying to justify all the pain that you see in my eyes. I'm feeling cold, I'm immune to the burn. The things that I've been through left me bruised and burned. It's a scar that I made. I never said to the world that I hate. A kiss to death, the road whose past is still away. A score to the scar, a stitch in the wound. Carve out the sympathy you need from me. Carve out the sympathy. Locked inside of the shadows of my mind, a cynical bit that I don't bury away, ripping, scratching, tearing through my alibi, my eternity. I'm feeling cold, I'm immune to the burn. The things that I've been through left me bruised and hurt. It's a scar that I made. I never said to the world that I hate. A kiss to death, the road whose past is still away. Locked inside of the shadows of my mind, a cynical pit that I immune to the burn. Ripping, scratching, tearing through my alibi. My past is still away. The past is still away. The past is still away.
Let me turn those down instead. Don't forget to visit rockrageradio.com and Osmond Entertainment for upcoming news and events. Just go to rockrageradio.com for your one-stop shopping.
I guess I might start riding horseback to all my shows because I am done with rental cars. They never have this shit though. Like you make a reservation online, usually for a Camry because I'm broke as shit. Now occasionally I'll splurge and try to get the Chrysler 300, like if it's my kid's birthday and I want to take them to Golden Corral. But that's it. But they never have that. You get there and they're like, yeah, it looks like we don't have that, but we do have this toaster in the back that's got wheels on it. You mind taking that? And I'm like, I guess so. I gotta go. Unplug that motherfucker. I'm running late. I had to go to Louisville the other day. I walked into Enterprise. The lady pissed me off right out the gate. She was like, oh my God, you've got the cleanest hands of any man I've ever seen. I was like, well then, you should see my pussy. You know, like, what kind of compliment is that to a man? It was so disrespectful. I started digging in my ass right there on the spot. Then she tells me they don't have the Camry. I was like, why does this keep happening to me? I was like, seriously, like, are y'all running my credit? Because they told me they would not run my credit. My credit's fucked up, okay? Let's be honest. Every time someone pulls it, they're always like, where's the rest of it? And I'm like, well, you gotta combine them. You know, you take the Experian and the Equifax and you put them together. And they're like, we can't do that. I'm like, what, you can't add? But she told me that they were going to upgrade me to an SUV. So your boy thinks he's getting a Tahoe. But then she walks me outside to this Nissan Kicks. I've never even heard of that. I'm pretty sure Enterprise manufactured it. It was like somebody welded 2 hot water heaters together. It was small as shit. I said, what the hell is that? She's like, it's an SUV. I said, that's a Hot Wheels car. Marcy, are you fucking with me? I'm gonna like Wreck-It Ralph pulling up to my show. She's like, that's a Nissan Kicks. I was like, no, it's not. No, the hell it ain't. Okay, that's a Nissan Lynx. Okay, it's got a bad leg or something. The motherfucker ain't kicking shit. Okay, I'll tell you that. Then she started trying to oversell it, but like there was nothing to oversell. So she's just looking around like, but it's got cup holders. I said, shut the fuck up. I gotta drive this thing 7 hours. It belongs on a golf course. Then I got inside it and it smells like smoke. There's Gatorade bottles all on the floor. I said, is this your car? Are you renting out your personal car and you're gonna be joyriding in the fucking Camry while I'm riding around in this shit smell like Joe Camel farted in here? She's like, oh my God, no, I'm so sorry about the smoke, but we're gonna give you a discount. A discount? You should be paying me to drive this off a fucking bridge. I don't want a discount. I want another car. She's like, sir, I can't do that. We don't have any other cars. It's like, the whole parking lot is full. Whose are these? And she's like, other people have rented those. It's like, fuck them. Give me theirs and do it to them what you're doing to me. Are you sure you didn't check my credit? But then she tries to sweeten the deal. She's like, I know the smoke sucks, but we know who rented this. He rents it from us all the time. I'm going to get on to him, but he's kind of like a celebrity. He's been on that, he was on that TV show, America's Got Talent. And then this other lady goes, no, America's Most Wanted. And she's like, same thing. I said, no, hell, it ain't the same thing. It ain't the same thing. One of them kills in front of 3 judges. The other one kills 3 people and avoids the judges. I'm like, is this supposed to make me feel better? You're putting me in John Wayne Gacy's rental car? Like, who was it? I need to know. Oh, I can't give you that information. That's confidential. I was like, bitch, the FBI will literally pay you for that information. Are you stupid? What did he do? Can you tell me that? I'd like to know, because my DNA's in his fucking car now. I'm an accomplice. She's like, oh, no. He's cleared up now. He ain't wanted no more. I was like, did he tell you that? And also, like, how bold of you to put the fucking serial killer in this piece of shit. I'm surprised he didn't take this place out. Jesus Christ. Did he have clean hands? So I'm like, whatever. I'm going to drive it. I close the door, and she's like, oh, by the way, to get out, you got to hit the door a few times. Try the handle. If it don't work, pull the lock up manually, and then you should be able to get out. I was like, what the fuck is this, a bop it? I'm going to crash this fucking car. Watch the news. Like, sometimes when I do these shows, these clubs will put me in these really nice hotels. And, like, they only do valet. You know how fucking embarrassing that is? These dudes are parking Mercedes, BMWs, and then I roll up with, like, some instructions so you don't get trapped. But I guess the dude thought I was playing because he didn't take me serious. Because when they brought my car back around, guess what? He was trapped. So I had to climb in the passenger seat, walk him through it. I swear to God, it looked like somebody door dashed an escape room. By the time I got him out of there, he had stage 3 lung cancer and was addicted to Marlboro Reds. I'm just glad I got the rental insurance. Fuck those places.
Son of final products will not the same. Or do you pay?
The war had all but ground to a halt in the blink of an eye. The weapons had evolved, but our orders remained the same. Hunt them down and kill them all, one by one.
I am the dead! The light! Watching the lies behind our eyes become so great! So in the shower ground, work with me! Build your blood in the back, and you would save you for what you really are!
Don't forget to check out these vamps. Share the love.
I think I know it now. The anger swallows me, pushing me on right through the dark. I cannot show it yet. It's too damn soon and too damn strong. The devil's hands have left a mark that I cannot get back. The world in gray is all I see. Don't leave before I go. And you can save a piece of me, although I have to go. You seem so far away from me as I go into the empty. There are no words to set me free. There's nothing left to learn. A thousand nails inside my chest as I go into the empty. Just like the day before, there's no escaping this. I hang my head, but there's no shame. The spiral never ends. I'm so far down, I hear no sound. I see no light but you. My only peace, my only savior. Drawn to hope, lost to me. Don't
Don't forget to visit rockrageradio.com and Osmond Entertainment for upcoming news and events. Just go to rockrageradio.com for your one-stop shopping.